Have you ever seen this in Excel and thought something is broken? Don't worry, your Excel is not a problem. Now, what is this error I'm talking about? Now, sometimes in Excel, you might see things like hash div divided by zero exclamation. You can see something like hash name question mark. These are called errors. They usually happen when you divide by zero, or you use the wrong formula, or reference something incorrectly. But instead of showing these errors, we can control what Excel displays. This is where the if error function comes in. Come on, let me show you how. So I'll jump quickly on how the structure of the if error looks like. So equal to if error, you click on the if error, and then what we have inside the input we have to give is the value that we want it to be true, comma, the value if it's not true. For example, if I want to make sure that the value I get, for instance, we have our total, we have our quantity. Let's take, for instance, we want to divide our total by quantity, and then while we're working on it, some of the value comes out true and some of the value comes as errors. So in this case, we're saying that if while rather you are dividing total over quantity, and then you encounter errors in some, instead of giving me that error value, just give me something that we are going to impute ourselves. But if you find the value as true, what I want, like you're able to divide my total by quantity, then you give me my results. So that's what we are working on today. So remember, while I was talking to us about the kind of errors we encounter, like the hash div divided by zero. One moment, please. Yeah. And then we can encounter errors like this as well. So I'm going to be creating two practical scenarios of how these errors can pop up and how we can correct it using if error. Now let's come here. Now what we want to do is we want to divide our total by quantity. So we say equal to if error. Let's say we're not doing if error first. I want to show you how error can, occur, because what you want to do normally is to divide total by quantity, right? Equal to, remember how we do our cell referencing, B2 divided by quantity, which is our C2. So if I do equal to, you will see that 500 divided by 5 gave us 100. And then when we came here, 300 divided by 0 gives us this. In mathematics, division by 100 would definitely not give you a value. So right here, you have the error, hashtag div divided by 0, exclamation and the likes. This is not presentable when you're working on data analysis. You want to create your dashboard. It's not clean. This is still a messy data. So how do you avoid this error? Let's go back to it. It's even very easy, right? You can just come back here to the first one, right? And add if error here, right? And we click on this, and in brackets, right, you see that this particular one is highlighted, is very, very bold, which means that we have started working on this. So this is what I want, that I want to divide my B2, which is my 500, divided by my C2. That is what I want. If this value comes out, great, fine. But if it's gonna come out as error, please just give it no value. And then I do equal to. Right now, I have been able to give the error a text value instead of just error, right? So another way we can also get, this div divided by 0 error is when we also divide by empty cell. Let's take for instance, I want to divide my cell B by my column B, the values in my column B by my column E. So let's say for instance, I say equal to, I say B2 divided by E2. Remember, our E2 does not have any value, like our cells there, they are empty under the column E. When I do equal to, automatically everything is gonna give me, yeah, it's just gonna give me, everything's gonna give me this error, right? So when you divide, value over an empty cell, this you're gonna have error. So how do we also encounter errors like this? Hash name question mark. For example, we are trying to sum up this total, which is sum. You click on the sum, and then we do B2 down to B8 because that is what we are trying to sum up. And in the process, you do what we did now is B2, we want B2 to B8, right? And then you click on enter. See, there's something wrong with the formula. What's wrong? You click on it. This way, when you see things like this, don't be scared. You just need to look deep into your formula. What am I missing? Right? So you come here, I missed out on the column, right? And I click on enter. Another way to also get this is probably you did the column, right? And then under here, under the sum, you did a double, you did a double U, and then you did this. So one of your ability or one of the skills you should have as a data analyst or somebody learning Excel is to be detailed, ability to look deep into your data and solve any problem, tackle anything that pops up. Do not panic, just look deep within your data and work on it. Now, the real life use for this kind of error, right? Why we need to know how to apply if error is useful for our reports. Is useful for our reports because we don't want to have messy data. Is very nice for our dashboard. Imagine having your dashboard and you're having those kind of value there. For our office work, we want to be accurate, and then for data analysis. So I want us to quickly do a practice. I have attached this data sets to the comment section, right? And I want us to also divide this our column B by the quantity, and I want us to use if error to avoid these kind of errors. Okay, and don't forget that common mistake that can happen, right, is forgetting your brackets, wrong formula inside if error, and misspelling your if error. Always check your formula carefully. Now your Excel is not just working, it looks clean and professional. Errors are normal, but knowing how to handle them is what makes you stand out. In the next lesson, we're going to work with one of the most powerful Excel tools for finding data quickly. You don't want to miss it. If you're serious about learning Excel step by step, then keep following this series. I will see you in my lesson 12. Bye.